If you have 47 different dashboards but can't answer what you need to hit revenue goals next quarter with confidence, then this fifth video in our 7-part series is for you. Today, we are transforming you from a report jockey into a decision making machine with a complete go to market analytics handbook. Time to go beyond measuring and start deciding. So let's analyze and get started. How should you be actually analyzing? Let's break down the key revenue analytics categories. First, pipeline analytics. This is all about your future revenue. Do you have enough pipeline? Is it moving through stages? Where are the bottlenecks? Key metrics here include pipeline coverage. You typically need 3 to 4 times of your quota in your pipeline. Pipeline velocity. How fast are deals moving? And conversion rates at each of the sales stages. Second, forecasting analytics. This is about prediction accuracy. How accurate are your forecasts over time? Where do you consistently miss? What risks are you not seeing? Track your forecast accuracy week by week, month by month, and identify patterns in what you're missing. Third, performance analytics. This is about people and execution. Which reps are hitting it? Which ones need help? What's driving the difference between those reps? Metrics include individual win rates, average deal sizes, sales cycle length, quota attainments, etc. Fourth, customer analytics. This is about retention and growth. What's your customer health score distribution? Where's your retention rate? Where are expansion opportunities? Track your NPS scores. Track your product usage trends or purchase trends. Track the support ticket volume and renewal probability. And finally, activity analytics. This is about behaviors that drive outcomes, like how many calls, how many mails, how many meetings are happening, but more importantly, which activities correlate with wins. For example, in a previous company that I worked at, I discovered that reps who conducted thorough discovery calls won deals at 40% higher rate. That insight completely changed the whole sales discovery process. Here's the key principle though. Each analytics category answers a specific business question. Don't build reports, answer questions. Now let's talk about how to operationalize these analytics categories in your organization. Number one, document everything in an analytics handbook. It could be our analytics Bible as well. This is your single source of truth for what you measure and why you measure it. For every metric, document what is it, how is it calculated, who owns it, and why does it matter. For example, your win rate metric. Is that calculated from first meeting to close, or is it calculated from, say, some other touch point to closure? From qualified opportunity to closure, for example. Everyone needs to use the same definition for, say, each of the metrics that you define. This handbook prevents the endless my number versus your number debate. Second, define clear calculation methodology. For example, document how each metric is measured, which fields within your CRM, which filters to be used, what date ranges to be used. Do we look at the last 90 days? Do we look at the last 60 days? Do we look at the last 180 days, etc.? And make it reproducible. Third, establish review cadences at different time horizons. You should have daily review metrics like pipeline snapshots, forecast updates. They're quick, they should be tactical. There should be weekly reviews, such as team performance and activity metrics. Focus on the execution quality. Third, have monthly reviews. For example, you should do business reviews and trend analysis on your metrics. This is where your leadership engages in strategic discussions. Fourth, quarterly reviews. This is where you deep dive for planning, goal setting, and goal restructuring. Next, assign metric ownership and accountability. Every important metric needs an owner, somebody who's responsible for the accuracy, insight, and driving action from the data. And finally, create a calendar for reviewing all of these metrics so that nothing falls through the cracks. For example, Mondays are for pipeline reviews, Wednesdays are forecast calls, month end is the QBR, or quarter end is the QBR, etc. This consistency breeds discipline, and discipline drives results. Remember, these reviews aren't about blame. They're about learning and adjusting based on what the data is telling you. Well, what good is analytics without adoption? So let's talk about how to actually analyze and adopt your data and metrics effectively. First principle: point in time instantaneous data is dangerous. Please focus on trends. If I tell you your pipeline is $5 million today, what does that mean? Is it good? Is it bad? You can't tell without context, historic context. But if I tell you it was 4 million last month and 3 million the quarter before, now you have a story. Trend is your friend, my friend. Always compare week over week, month over month, year over year trends. This shows your trajectory and helps you understand seasonality in your business. Second principle: understand leading versus lagging indicators. Leading indicators predict future outcomes, and these metrics are important. Things like pipeline generation rate, meeting set rates, activity levels, they tell you what's coming in future. Lagging indicators explain what's already happened. Things like closed revenue, churn rate, etc. The key thing here is to focus on leading indicators so that you can change outcomes before it's too late. By the time lagging indicators show a problem, it's already happened. Now, here's the challenge: analytics adoption. You can build the perfect dashboard, but only if 20% of your team uses it. What's the point of the dashboard? This is where most analytics initiatives fail. Not because analytics is wrong or the analysis is wrong, but because nobody's looking at it. What's the solution? Make insights accessible where people actually work. Instead of needing people to log into a BI tool like a Power BI, a Tableau, an external tool, push insights into Slack. Make your HubSpot reps dashboard. Make them start their day with their dashboard. Send email digests for data and create mobile friendly views. Make it impossible for your reps to miss. For example, a company that I worked with earlier, I set up a system where we used to send daily pipeline snapshot in the Slack channel every morning. Adoption went from 30% to 80% in a quarter's time. So remember, the best insight that goes unused is worthless. All right, here's what I want you to do this week. Action number one: define your top 10 revenue metrics. Don't try to track 50 things at once. Pick the 10 that matter the most. Maybe it's pipeline coverage, maybe it's win rate, average deal size, sales cycle length, forecast accuracy, customer retention, expansion rate, activity levels, or maybe a few others. Write them down and get alignment on them with all of your teams. Action number two: establish a weekly analytics review cadence. Pick a day and time, same time every week. Review your key metrics. Discuss the trends with all the stakeholders. Identify any issues and assign action items between each of those stakeholders. The weekly rhythm creates accountability and visibility. Action number three: create your analytics handbook. You're not going to get everything done at the get go, but start documenting your metrics definitions. How do you calculate them and who owns each of the metrics? You don't need to do everything at once. Start with your top five and build from there. Now, here's the thing: just establishing a consistent review cadence alone improves the performance by 15 to 20%. It's not even about a specific metric, it's about discipline and accountability and visibility within your teams. In our next video, we are diving into enablement. How do you equip your teams with training, content, resources, and the infrastructure that they need to execute effectively? Because analytics shows you what to improve, enablement shows how to improve. So stay tuned for the next video, and thanks for watching. And before you go, hit that like button and drop a comment with your biggest pain point for help from me and Team Evenbound. I'm Shashank Palli, and this video was brought to you by Evenbound. You can also reach me and Team Evenbound at evenbound.com. Thank you.